Hello Game-A-Thumb fans and welcome. Sean Guanzo here to give you a video preview of Cannon Brawl for PC, a game developed by Turtle Sandbox that's currently available in early access through Steam. And I tell you what, if you're a fan of Worms, real-time strategy or tower defense games, this is one game that you definitely want to keep your eye on or even participate in the early access program for. The gameplay is quite simple and straightforward. You have a base that you have to protect, and so too does your opponent. It takes place on a worm-style map, complete with artillery weapons, but you can also build defenses, collect resources, and expand your territory as you go. So the elements all combine to make what is a pretty cool game. The gameplay is controlled through a blimp. So you are basically a pilot of an airship, and you have to return to your base to choose which units you're going to build, and then plop them on your map. And you can enter those weapons or defenses and set them up. And you can also upgrade those weapons and defenses as you fly around. And all the while, your opponent is doing exactly the same thing. So this really does change the dynamics of the game, being real time compared to Worms, which is turn-based. Because what will happen is you have to keep one eye on what your opponent's doing and one eye on what you're doing. And as you can probably tell by the action on screen, at times it can get quite frantic. One of the best strategies we found was to build up your defenses first, start planting mines on resource deposits, and then focus on establishing your attack. Currently, at the moment, the only control options available are Xbox 360 controller or the WASD keys and spacebar. This presents a bit of a problem for people who are expecting Cannon Brawl to be mouse-based, and I would still like to see a mouse option. I think in 2013 you have to have mouse control on a PC game. In addition to that, I think the developers should also take into account the performance. It did struggle to run on a laptop when the laptop was in battery mode, when plugged into an outlet and able to be run in high performance, it was fine. But given it is a two-dimensional game and given it is the perfect kind of game to play on a train or whilst you're mobile, it'd be a real shame for Cannon Brawl to miss out on a market of people who are gaming on the go. In addition to that, I think that the button overlays that appear every time you hover over a unit, while they're good, they do crowd the screen a little bit. It'd be great if those overlays could appear somewhere else on the screen. I mean, there's a lot of unused real estate, for example, in the bottom left, and I'm not too sure whether or not it would work, but it would be great to see whether or not it would actually be better and result in less crowding during the gameplay, which can sometimes confuse you when you think that you're hovering over one and not the other. The great thing about Cannon Brawl is obviously its multiplayer mode, and right now you can play against people in ranked multiplayer matches, and very similar to any RTS game, it's a bit of an arm wrestle in the start until someone gets on top, and from there it's very difficult to come back. So it is a fast-paced game in the beginning. It is about establishing your defenses and building those resources. But if this sounds like the kind of game for you, then why don't you check it out? It is in early access mode on Steam, and you can check it out now, even though it's in alpha. It is fairly complete. As long as you don't mind not having mouse-based controls, then Cannon Brawl is certainly a game to check out. This has been Sean Guanzo for Game-A-Thumb. Hope to catch you soon.